Everyone's Click here again, and today I have instructions for my Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime version 2. So I did make actually a couple updates to him as well, since the review video, which is unfortunate that I wasn't patient enough to finish things completely and polish things a little better, but I did make the front a little flatter, as you can see there, and I did kind of fix the visible head. So, I did add a piece there, and that actually does fill in some of the back in robot mode too, so that is helpful. And yeah, I just kind of cleaned things up a little bit up here, but that's pretty much it for the updates. So yeah, let's get into building him. So here are the pieces you'll need for one of the upper legs. So you're going to want to start with something that looks like this. Pretty simple. And there you have one of the upper legs, and mirror that. Here are the pieces you'll need for one of the lower legs, and I left a couple of these in a little bit of chunks, but they're pretty simple, so I think you can get this. So you just want to get something that looks like this. It's just a 1x2, a 1x3, and a 1x2 with a bar. And make sure you get this whole configuration right. You want this on the bottom, like that. And you got one side. And take the wheels with the pins in it. Make sure they're spread out so that they can roll freely. And then these two are going to go onto the studs there, just like that. This is just going to go right on the top there. It's going to fit nicely on the back. Now for the foot. Fold that up. And actually you can fold back down so you can put it in there and then fold it back up. There you have one of them. And here are the pieces for the hip assembly. make sure that the tiles are facing each other here. Then you can fold them out, and there you have that. Here are the pieces you'll need for one of the shoulders. Make sure that this is extended to about there. If it'll focus. You can see that probably. One of the shoulders, and again, mirror this. Here are the pieces you'll need for one of the forearms. Have one of the forearms and mirror that. Here are the pieces you'll need for the chest assembly. And you basically make two of these mirrored. Now coming to the windows here. Then you're gonna mirror that as well. And then take these clips here and put them right at the bottom of that bar. Same over here. And make sure these stay on. And there you go. Here are the pieces you'll need for the head and the neck assembly. So I'm gonna make sure you get all of this as it is here. So this side is upside down compared to that side and all that. And then the head is pretty simple. It's just a Travis brick with this slope piece here, jumper, slope, and then a 1x2 tile and a plate there. And then make sure the stud is on the bottom so that this can go through. Like that. This is the new piece that I added not that long ago. Make sure this is upside down, and just like that. And there you have that. Here is the front grille. Take these and spin these around for robot mode. Like that. Now there are just a couple little wheel assemblies here, so it's kind of confusing, so I just wanted to do these real quick. You can kind of see how that's built. Up, and there you have one of those, and then you're going to make another one mirrored, so you have those. Now lastly we have these just random hinges. It's kind of confusing, so I just want to do that by itself. And then you can bring these this way, like that. Bring that up a little bit. There you go. And if you want, here's a quick little look at the gun pieces here. You kind of see where those plates are oriented, and it's a pretty simple gun. There you go. Now it's time to put them together. So first, we're gonna start with the legs here. Since they're pretty simple, we just connect the ball joints. And same here, sometimes it helps to lift this up. And then bring that back down. And same over here. And now you can bring this around like that. Kind of want to angle the hip piece down like that, if that makes any sense. So it's not just straight up and down, it's kind of angling back that way. It just helps to align things a little bit. And then we can take, we'll put this off to the side now. Take these pieces, these will clip on to those bars there, and there, just like that. And now we'll take this section here and just plug it into there. We'll leave that there for now. Then you're going to take this, and this will plug into there, just like that. And then bring this up, kind of squish that all down, kind of compress it a little bit, and then bring this fake grill up. And sometimes these like to pop off. And then we'll continue with the arms. So, put these together. Just like that. And then we'll take these ball joints and connect them on. Just like that. Then you bring the head up. And then you're gonna make sure this is kind of folded up like that. And I did figure out my mistake here. So these studs should be facing this way, so that's good. But I realized that this piece here, you take these off, and then you just rotate the head around. This is supposed to be going this way, the same way as the studs, if that makes sense. So, sorry about that, I messed that up. You're gonna see how that is now. So now you can bring the head up the rest of the way, and then bring this back. Bring the grill up. Again, compress everything. And then this will fold to the back and kind of fill that in a little bit. Bring this back up. Split the chest, and we'll attach the legs. Just right in the middle of that bar there. And there you pretty much have Optimus Prime all built up. He is a little fragile in a couple places, mainly the shoulder section, so just watch out for them. And a good way to hold them is just like squeezing here on the top and from the bottom. Just if it starts separating, which sometimes it does, but it's not too bad. Normally it's pretty forgiving. But yeah, that's about it for the build. So I guess now we can transform him back into his truck mode. So to transform him back, I guess we can start with the legs. So just squeeze the toes in and rotate the feet around, or just to the side, I guess. Bring these up on those hinges so it's kind of like that. You can kind of squeeze that down a little bit. Just try to make it as flush as possible here. It should end up like this. Same over here. Except this side has the 1x2 tiles, so you can bring that out. And then you'll take these sections back here and make sure that's rotated on that clip there. Bring this out, and it does help if this is brought to the end of that robot hand there, if that makes sense. Like that. And then brought up like that. And then we'll do the same on this side. So rotate that, bring that up, and bring it flush. Then you can bring one of the legs back, flip this up, and then rotate the crotch piece around. Like that. Bring this back down. And now we can kind of bring the legs back and straighten this piece out here so that it's like resting on there. Fold this in, and we can come back here, take this piece, squeeze these together so they're flat, and then bring it around like this. Now you can bring the legs together, tab them together with that 1x2 tile, and just try to get everything as neat as possible. Okay, so we're going to bring this out and rotate there. And then on that clip you're going to rotate, and something just fell. Okay, sorry about that. So you're going to rotate this again and bring it flush. panel and bring it in. Like that. Make sure that these two clips are aligned, and then this is kind of to the very edge, so that these two studs are going that way. I hope this makes sense. I kind of talk gibberish sometimes. We'll do the same here. And rotate this to clear, and then rotate it all the way again, and bring it up. And then bring it in. Then you can fold the hands in. I forgot to do it over here. So just fold that in. And then bring it up. Next what you're going to do is take this back part here, like that. Take this panel out, and you're going to kind of rotate this so that you can kind of move everything out of the way to swing the smokestack away. And then bring this out to the end of that bar there, and bring this down all the way. Sorry if this is going really slow. It's pretty complicated. Do anything else with the arms, we're going to just extend this and rotate this around. Just make sure everything is clearing everything else. And bring these down as well. That helps to do that. And like that. Now we can kind of work on the arms a little easier. Bring this up. So we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Push this down. And then shift this out. Bring this panel around, and then that'll give us room to rotate that around. Then you can take this whole assembly here and bring this back for now. And here you see these hinges here. You're just gonna kind of accordion this in, kind of like in robot mode a little bit. And then we're gonna work on this front. So on this robot hand here, rotate that around, and then make sure this is folded down. Spin the bumper pieces around and straighten these out like that. And then we're gonna mess with these wheels here. So you're gonna wanna bring these around, you bring this red piece out, but you're going to want to still rotate like that, and then on that clip there you're going to rotate 2 times. So we get something like that. Do the same over here. This transformation is quite complicated, so hopefully you don't get lost. And that came off, it's fine. So rotate that, and then rotate it again. Make sure the wheels are straight and pushed all the way to the bottom of that bar. And we're just going to leave the legs disconnected for now, just to make it easier so that you can see better. And then make sure everything's kind of straight, and then bring this up like that. Then you're going to bring this down, and take the arm. And then sometimes it helps to bring the wheel out of the way. And then just kind of accordion it inside the body. It's kind of like a little puzzle, trying to get things aligned and all that. But it can work. Like that, and then straighten this panel out. Bring this. And you're gonna bring this around and flatten this out. And then you can kind of see how that's aligned like that. Bring this panel in, and then straighten the wheel out. And then you're going to take this and fold that out, just like that. And you're pretty much going to do the same on this side. So then just accordion this in. Again, make sure this piece stays on, because sometimes it likes to come off. Bring this down. And bring that in. And straighten the wheel and bring that out. And we're actually almost done. So we can reattach the legs now. And then what we're going to want to do is, well, you can bring these panels out and then align that with the gas tanks here. And then you can grab this, make sure this is kind of resting on that light gray piece like that, and bring this up. Make sure these are straight. And then the head is just going to kind of be shoved in there, and then you're going to take the back panel and just kind of try to cover it a little bit so it gets pretty straight there. And it pretty much is in his truck mode. Just for sake of time, I'm going to leave it at that. Hopefully that gives a good example of how to transform him. And if it doesn't roll right, again, just grab this and bring it up a little bit. Just kind of reposition things so that you can get the wheels all rolling. Usually that works. There you go. Now you can have your very own Prime. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And let me know if you build him, because I'd love to know. So that's about it, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.